I mention Paul Lynn, this is sponsored by him, so I can keep it in the 205. And this.
All right, thanks everybody for tuning in. We're here with the WAL middleweight hammer holder, Rob Vigent. Rob, glad to have you at practice today.
Hey, yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. I can see you guys planned appropriately, and considerations are appreciated.
Well, thanks so much for giving us the time to answer a few questions.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I've been answering questions all night. You just haven't had the camera rolling.
That's very
Ask and ye shall receive.
All right, so question number one. Your buddy Ryan Bowen. Ryan Bowen is a hot topic right now.
I know he is.
He's got a match coming up with
God bless the guy, right? Like, nobody can even have... Who's really winning in this conversation? I like your question that you're going to ask. I don't know what it is. It's probably going to be some shit that's going to make me roast him. But the fact that we can't not talk about the guy is pretty good.
Very true. Absolutely.
Fire when ready while I squeeze the last bit.
So Ryan Bowen has a match coming up against another interesting opponent who we actually had on the show a couple weeks ago. What are your thoughts on that match, and what are your thoughts on the...
Has that been announced?
The Chance Shaw match coming up Florida.
Oh, Chance.
That's next week, actually.
Almost pulled a fumble there. All right, so you had Chance on your show, and what's my thoughts on it? You know, at face value, I think what everybody thinks, that Chance is going to be too strong and sweep it. But I do see that lane. There is a lane. Like, I look at all matches as if it was a pie chart.
Right.
Some matches I look at like, you got 0% chance of success. You're just fuck city. Others you could say like, well, if he can execute the top roll, if he can get this, even if there's a little sliver, there's that piece of the pie you could land into. And I do see that place with Ryan Bowen where there's that slim spot where if he freezes up that match, I think the pressure on Chance and his expectations and Ryan's ability to play the long game, which, let's face it, in the super match world, it is a very real part of the game. It's like having lungs or gas in a boxing match or an MMA fight. If you gas out after 60 seconds, your knockout power is irrelevant now. So I do see that lane that Ryan is good enough to freeze up the match, and my initial thought was it's a mismatch, he's going to get killed. But the more I think about it, you know, without having any bias, because I really don't have a bias in this. I think it's a favorite for Chance. The smart man would bet on him, but I wouldn't be super shocked if there was an upset.
Right. That's
and as soon as that match stops, my bet's switching. Right. My bet is switching. All I gotta see is pump and extension once. I just gotta see stop, pump, extension, and then you need somebody that's as comfortable in that game as Ryan Bowen to win that game.
The real question that comes in is Chance Shaw going to pin himself right away and continue on and try and win the match?
Okay, listen, this gay ass fucking shit about pinning yourself that he's got a boner over, that needs to stop. That's like you're taking a stance over somebody and peeing on them just for the sake of saying like I can pee on you. It's almost like arm wrestling bully shit when you've got someone beat. Anyone can have somebody totally fucking dominated and be like, no, I'm gonna make you pin yourself. I promise you in the early rounds, Chance could probably do that to him and make him look stupid. Everybody's been in a spot where they were totally fucked. That's silly. Just do it consistently. Making you pin yourself is like, oh my god, mega fucking eyeball. I want to kill myself when I hear that shit. Cut the nonsense. Stop talking about making people pin themselves. Why don't you fucking win something? Fucking win something. Don't make people. You're going from getting off of fucking Monopoly start. You haven't even got your $200 in pocket yet. And you're talking about buying Boardwalk and Park Place. Motherfucker, go around the board a couple times and see if you can get some property, some real estate.
I agree. I actually, and that's an interesting topic because we all
making people pin themselves.
We all like.
You're not even winning. You're not even winning 3-2. You're now dominating a motherfucker so bad. You're eating a sandwich, making a guy pin himself, and winking at his wife.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We talk about that with Devin and stuff.
Jesus
I love that. I think
see what these guys do to me? Pin yourself. I never heard something so stupid. Huh?
I think Ryan got that predominantly from Devin.
Well, Devin is a tactician. That's different. Devin's like, see, this is the thing, that Ryan Bowen is trying to emulate somebody that already has has a career of doing other great things for like 100 years, so that shit flies.
Right.
You know, Devin had won tournaments all over the world and pulled these best guys. The idea of psychology with making a guy quit, I get it. But like coming into a match like, I will make him pin himself. Like, oh man, just for fuck's sake, after your recent history, like, I'll parade you. I'll be like, yeah, man, like, rise up, be the Rocky story, be all that shit. But don't come out the gates. Don't even, now it's not even about winning, it's about how dominant can you win? Can you win with a fucking pirate mask on? How about we dress up like a banana? Can you win like that? I mean, what the fuck is, what's next? What is this circus next?
So, Storm, what do you think about that match? You got the full chance.
So, I'm picturing a 4-2 Champ Shaw, just because I think Bowen is going to stop him. But I think the beginning horsepower from feeling Chance's side pressure in his hand.
I think Chance's going to fall into some of that trap of the bullshit talk, trying to get a little showy, and then that's what's going to freeze up.
So I could see him taking the first, I'd say 2 matches, you know, get a little bit of confidence behind him. You know, there'll be some of that, you know, holding, pausing. Could probably pull another win out, but I do see Ryan getting roughly 2 wins on it. But I wouldn't be shocked if, you know, it turned the other way, but I'm going to go 4-2.
The question is how generous is Santa Bowen going to be with giving his hand?
It's a choice.
Exactly. So is this going to be like Christmas? Is it going to be like fucking Hanukkah? Is it going to be 12 days of fucking gift giving? What is this going to be? Like, how generous is he going to give it once? Is he going to give it all 6 times? I mean, per choices, where do the vector gods fall in with the gift gods? And, you know, how does this geometry puzzle? Last video I watched of, you know, whatever the weirdness was. What was his last video? He did some weird shit about short arm and undermining a hill. And if you've got a bulldozer and the guy climbs the hill, but he doesn't have an ice pick, and this guy's wearing Patagonia instead of North Face, I was like, all right, let's talk real.
Being top, like, you know, the best top rollers in the class, you consider our choice to keep our hand since it's Ryan's choice to lose his hand? Is that the antagonist of that view?
Yeah. I mean, like, did we consider more dominant angles? Like in the university of arm wrestling, of like ethics and making choices, you know, it's just like some people choose a life of crime and dealing drugs, and inevitably it blows up in their face, and some people decide to go to college and be CEOs. We're like the safe choice of collegiate CEOs, where Ryan's playing the drug dealing game, and inevitably, you know, he gets robbed and shot.
He might start out pretty good.
Yeah, he's got some rims. He's got a fucking nice car, and then it blows up on him, and next thing you know, he's mugged and he's out of stash, and the cartel's looking for him. Yeah, he's all fucked up. I think the name of the game is to stay in school, and I think we made the right choice there. So yeah, for what you're saying, choosing to keep your hand as opposed to choosing to give it, I'm pro keep. I'm pro hand.
I'm pro hand. Pro hand for WAL 2020.
Pro hand. It's a choice.
Well, those analogies got all over the place, right?
Well,
so I do think I'm back to the original point. I'm kind of with Rob. I think that if Ryan does get the match stopped, it potentially could go either way.
Right. Right. I think there is a. It's hard because these guys don't really expand much, and all you can do is speculate who they pulled, how they pulled, when they pulled. There's a lot of kind of question marks about the Ryan Bowen data with Daniel Moser. There's question marks about Chance Shaw beating Nick Zena. So we have all these question marks that, you know, everybody wants to say a win's a win, but that's not necessarily true to the people who look a little bit deeper. So we don't really know where these guys are, which is why matches like this are great to say, like, well, put your balls on the line and let's fucking see it. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's
humbling.
I mean, it's not a match I would have picked to see, but next thing you know, dude's not fresh out of B-side Slotty, and he's in a match. I mean, God bless the guy. He's everywhere. He's doing what I can't do. I'm 15 years deep in this sport, and I got my first sponsorship by Paul Lynn. Michelob Ultra. So good thing I made babies now because I'm on my last leg.